So, I don't owe anyone any explanation, but I will anyway, because I'm pretty sure people cannot reconcile my praise and worship with the words that are right and the things that I speak about insurrectionists. You have to understand that God is a God of justice. He's a God of mercy, He's a God of love. But you gotta be repentant in order to receive the mercy. And you got to give mercy to obtain mercy. You can't be running around being lawless and committing acts of insurrection against your governor, against your government, against the United States, against the people who haven't done anything wrong with you, and expect to receive mercy. Now I'm gonna just break this down to you really, just real simply. If you live by breaking the laws, that's the law of God, that's the law of man. You will be judged by the law of God or the law of man. These are not people that actually went out and peacefully protest. These are people who have been paid to cause insurrection and to overthrow the government. These are people who are being paid to create havoc and to destroy our economic system. These are people who are violently destroying property, destroying people's lives, destroying people's businesses. While I'm being told I'm wrong for wanting to get my hair done. While we're being told we can't go to church. Oh, well, you can go to church, but you can't sing and worship. While we're being told you can't go to the beach. While we're being told you got to put a muzzle on your face. But yet you're letting those barbarians run around wickedly in the streets, lawlessly in the streets, murdering people, blocking people's ways. I drive a big old truck. God forbid, but if I ever get in a situation where I'm not aware that there are a bunch of barbarians blocking the highway, I can't just do a U-turn and get away. And you best believe I'm not going to be someone's target. If you think that just because I'm a Christian, that I'm supposed to let a bunch of wicked, lawless barbarians kill me because they want to mark territory on the street like animals, you got another thing coming. This is a war. It's a spiritual war manifested in the physical realm. And whenever there's a spiritual war being manifested in the physical realm, guess what? There are going to be casualties on both sides. So that means, since there's going to be casualties on both sides, that means the one that's standing on the side of righteousness have to fight back. You can't be in defense mode at all times. That's what's wrong with so-called Christians. Don't you know God is never on the defense? He's always on the offense. God is always on the offense, never on the defense. God is always going forward, never going back. If you're backing up and conceding and you're capitulating, you are not standing in the righteousness of God. You're not standing in the boldness of God. Now, there are many things that's going on right now that I am displeased with Trump about, but that doesn't change the fact that he's still standing on the side of righteousness, even though he's allowing himself to allow things to happen when he should just put an end to it. He already knows that the ballots and things are going to be rigged. He already knows that there's a possibility that he's not going to be president. He knows this. So he's doing everything in his ability not to send in troops to completely stop it. Because he had every right to enact the Insurrection Act. He should have done it the minute they started burning down the churches. The minute they started burning down people's businesses that they worked all their life for, he should have brought in the military and enacted an insurrection act. But because he wants to get back into office and show people that he's not a dictator and blah, 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 he has allowed this to go on way too long. Instead of nipping it in the bud at the beginning of it. So I'm going to tell you now, I love God with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my strength. I'm thankful to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm thankful to Jesus. I love Jesus with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my strength. And when he comes back, he's coming back with fire in his eyes. He's coming back to make war. And he's coming back as the Lion of Judah. And he's going to destroy all our enemies, and they're going to be under our feet. Now, until that time comes, we have to do something. We can't just allow them to destroy us. We can't just allow them to push us around like we're a bunch of punks. This is not like we're in a church service and the people come and they start tear gassing us. That's different. We're worshiping God in the church service. They want to come and do something evil to us. It is our responsibility to stand our ground, to worship our God, and then lay our life down. Just like that girl did. I think it was Columbine. My brother mentions it to me often. He said, deny Christ. She said no. He shot her in the head. That is a testimony of Jesus Christ. That's different than what's going on right now. This is a war. And when you're in a war, both sides are supposed to participate in it. It's not just supposed to be, oh, please stop. Please don't tear down the building. Oh, wait. Because of George Floyd, we got to let them destroy things. George Floyd wasn't nothing but a criminal. He's nothing but a criminal. And he died the way he lived as a criminal. It's just that simple. Rashard Brooks, all the other ones. Michael, what's his name? The Gardner guy. They were all criminals. They were all doing things wrong. And their wrongness caught up with them. That is the law. That is the law of the law. That's the way the law works. You live by destroying and you live by breaking the law. You're going to be judged by the law. And the penalty for breaking the law is death. It's just that simple. It's like A, B, and C. Although they don't teach A, B, and C now. They teach hate the white man, hate capitalism, hate this, hate that. Let's go Marxist. Let's go this, that, and the other. Oh, women's rights. And you know what? I am all for women's rights. I am still a feminist. But it's almost becoming unbearable. My God, I almost want to disassociate myself from it. Just like I did Christianity, but I can't disassociate myself from Christ. Not now. Things is getting too hot. We's about to get into the time that there's going to be no return. Oh, face mask and no cash and, forced vaccinations and forced identifications and, oh, now we got to put a chip in you. If you don't understand the time that we're in, something's definitely wrong with you, especially if you call yourself a Christian. If you call yourself a Christian and you can't see the sign of the times, then you need to get a wake-up call. Because you falling by the wayside. And you know another thing I want to say? You know why I love God so much? Because he's powerful. I used to love reading about how God took care of his people in the wilderness. How God destroyed his people's enemies. He said, go in there, wipe them out. Every last one of them. Don't leave not anything, not even the animals. Wipe them out. That's the God I serve. Now, because God doesn't want to continue to destroy his creation, he sent his son. I'm getting loaded right now. They're loading stuff, so that was a big joke that you just saw my head flopping like a bobblehead. But he sent his son and put the punishment that sets us free upon his back. Jesus didn't look like some surfer with some scars, with a crown of thorns on his head like this, looking all feminine. Y'all need to get that ridiculous picture out your head. He looked like a piece of meat. You have to understand the the Israelite sacrificial system. It wasn't like that. Jesus was a sacrificed lamb. They cut him in half. The lambs, they cut the lambs in half. They drained the blood out of them. They had a specific way. Jesus looked like a piece of meat hanging up on that cross, half naked. Probably was naked. Beat beyond recognition. You couldn't even tell that he was Jesus. They plucked his beard from his face. He suffered the wrath of God because the wrath of God produces death. Do you not understand that if it wasn't for Trump, because God has allowed Trump to sit in the gap of America, all the stuff that would be taking place even worse than it is now? No, Trump is not God. But God is using Trump as a restrainer. But as soon as Trump leaves the office, that restrainer will be gone. And everything going on in Portland right now is gonna run rampant in all of the United States. And once the United States fall, the rest of the world will fall with her. Because all this is about is a bunch of covetousness. You're a bunch of wicked, low-class people. Oh, well, you're talking about low class. You're damn skippy. You're low class because that's what you are in your head. Looking at what somebody else has, like that wicked king Ahab, who wanted Naboth's vineyard. That was his inheritance that he had in his family from his father and his father's father. That's what you people are doing now. Oh, well, she got 3 cars. I don't have 1 car. Government, they got 3 cars. I don't have a car. So what did the government do? You want the government to take away somebody's 2 cars to give you a car that you didn't work for. You didn't go buy. That's slave labor. Oh, they got a house with 16 bedrooms. Government, tell them that they're supposed to let us stay in their house. So they take my house or whoever's house that got 16 bedrooms, the house they probably built from the ground up. Something that they spent their life building, for the government to come in wickedly to take away because you got a bunch of wicked, covetous people who are not content. That's what's going on right now. And it's going to get a lot worse when the Republican, well, I can't even say Republican because they've been brought. The Republicans are nothing but puppets now. Everybody is submitting to that New World Order. The only one that ain't is Trump. And his 1 or 2 people who are loyal. That's why I love Kayleigh McEnany so much. That woman is fierce. She is a boss. I love her. And I pray for her that God would continue to give her strength to deal with those wicked news people. Because they're wicked. They're wicked. But yeah. You want, well, you're Christian. You ain't supposed to be, you ain't supposed to be asking God for violence. Do you know how many times I've read the Psalms and in the Psalms is where I've found my strength? And I've read so many Psalms where it says, God, destroy my enemies. Reach down and help me. Deliver me from those who hate me. Wipe them out, Lord God. Look at those who come against me. Father, cut them down and let them know, but they are just men. They have no power over me. You are my strength and my buckler. You are my deliverer. You are the one that delivers me. You're the one that sets me free. You're the one that destroys my enemies. Once you know God like that, it don't matter what people think about you. I know God is like that. I've seen the reward of the wicked that have come against me. I've seen the reward of people who spoke negative things about me, wagging their tongues about me. I've seen their end, and it ain't good. Because I'm a child of God. And despite my shortcomings, I love God, and God knows I love Him. I love God. I love Jesus. I love what they've done for me. And everyone that has rose up against me, God has already taken care of those people. And when you're a child of God, you don't just allow wickedness to run rampant around you. What's going on in Portland is wicked. Not the law enforcement officers, not the military. They're not the wicked ones. Everyone else doing all that insurrection, they're the ones that are wicked. Those lawless people are wicked. Those BLM are wicked. Teaching their little girls to be disrespectful. And then when they grow up, if the world continues to go that way, they're going to get involved with a man that's going to beat the hell out of them. For not knowing how to be responsible. Because they had a bunch of silly women raising them. Teaching them to be lawless and disrespectful. Oh, it has to come out. It's already exposed. I've already been exposed. I can't keep hiding things anymore. It don't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter what I want. It doesn't matter what I need. The only thing that matters is God and His righteousness. And what's going on right now is not righteous. All those people should be wiped out. Every last one of them. Because this is wicked. Not one of them should be spared. Because there's been warning after warning after warning after warning. But they won't. They won't do anything. They'll just take one or two people that they're taking. And people keep putting up pictures of, oh, well, look at the rubber building. What the heck? What about what they're doing to the cops? What about what they're doing to the law enforcement officers? As if they're not human beings with families. Huh? What? So anyway, y'all need to understand that children of God are not punks. I don't have to defend God. God is holy and God is God all by Himself. He don't need my defense. I don't have to be His defense lawyer and say, wait, but God this, that, and God is merciful and He's righteous. God is God. He sits up on the throne by Himself. He's the high and lofty one. He does what He wants. He creates good and He creates evil. Without Him, there is no good. Don't you know who God is? He's the creator of the whole universe. Of course He knows what's going on. Do you think He's sitting back? You think Jesus is sitting on the throne? Oh my God, did you see what's going on down there in America? Do you think He fell off His throne? No, He didn't fall off His throne. He knows exactly what's going on. We're supposed to be doing the right thing. But we're not. And because Trump, bless his heart, wants everybody to see that he's not a tyrant. Now, I can't say that God is not telling him to hold back. because he may actually believe that God wants him to hold back. All I know is that if I was in the office and I had executive power, I would wipe everybody out. That's just the bottom line. After I gave you warning after warning after warning, that's it. That's it. It's not a personal thing. This is about I'm the commander in chief and I have to defend the people from terrorists, domestic and foreign terrorism. And right now, they got a bunch of wicked terrorists running around in Democratic ran cities and states terrorizing everybody. Those terrorists need to be eliminated. That is my job as the commander in chief of the military. It's to protect my people. Right? So if I'm not doing that, then I'm not walking as I'm supposed to walk. As the whatever. Unless I have other orders from the one that put me in office. Because there is no authority but by God. This has gotten way too long. I didn't mean it to be this long. But look, I'm trying to tell you. The people of God have to get up and start rising. They can't be timid. We're not just supposed to allow you to do evil because we don't want God to look bad. What you mean? We have some control over what God does. Oh, well, you got to defend God. You got to defend the Old Testaments because that was the angry God. No, that's God. You don't know what Jesus suffered for us? He suffered the wrath of God. So that in him, we might walk in newness of life. If we're not in him, then we're going to be judged by the law. If you break the law, the penalty is death. If you've offended one, you offended the whole thing. It's one whole law. You can't just separate it. Well, the Bible says, thou should not kill and covet and blah, 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 blah. And I just really wanted that, so I just took it. But that's not really doing anything wrong. If you believe that, then you believe a lie. It's just that simple. Now, I'm not lying when I say I get headaches. Now, I don't always get headaches if I put a thing over my face, but I do get headaches. Whether it's actually a headache for real or it's physiological, I get a headache when I put those things on my face. So that is not a lie. But I will not allow somebody, if I can walk around freely without putting a muzzle over my face, I'm not going to allow them to tell me to put a muzzle over my face when I know I do get headaches. And I'm not going to allow them to put hand sanitizer on my hands when I know it's dangerous, more dangerous than whatever's flying around in the air. We've been living with viruses all our lives. And now all of a sudden, y'all scared of a virus? People been dying from the stomach flu all our life. And I know for sure, people have went to work with the stomach flu, vomiting everywhere in the bathroom, and then going out and working around people's food. I know that happens for real because I've been around people doing that. Coming out of the bathroom after I'm hear them in there throwing their guts up and then go back over around the corner and then want to handle people's food. Like, what the hell? Weren't you just in there throwing up? Oh, well, I got a stomach ache. I got a stomach flu. There was a few times I know the women were pregnant because it just generally is a female. There was a couple times they were pregnant and I know they were pregnant. But not all the time they go in there and vomit in the morning or they dealing with morning sickness. Y'all so stupid that y'all don't understand that germs is everywhere. And y'all so scared. I walked in that fear all my life. That's why I'm so against it. Never again will I ever allow fear to overtake me like that. Never. So, anyway, this is way too long, but I just want to say this, that God is a God of order. And really and truly, if you are breaking the law, the penalty for living by breaking the law is death. It is nothing but mercy and grace that Trump hasn't sent in a bomb of nerve gas every Democratic city, every Democratic state, and nerve gas everyone running around walking like wicked animals, barbarians, destroying things, destroying people's lives. Y'all better understand that pretty soon it's not going to be like that. Y'all better understand that. I'm trying to help somebody.